Part 1. Getting started. In this episode, we will discuss if you should even be a creator of a voice-acted project, and some tips and tricks on how you should get started.
So, you want to be a creator of a voice-acted project. What a great idea! Having voice actors for a project of yours can be really fun, and it can help increase the quality of a finished product. But it takes time and a lot of hard work.
As a potential creator, before you do anything else, ask yourself this. Should I be a creator? No, you should not. But, well that's a bit of a joke. Maybe. It depends. So the answer can be found by thinking about these things.
Number 1. Why do you want to be a creator? Now, I'm sure almost everyone in the voice acting community has thought about wanting to create a casting call. Not because they need voice actors for a project, but because they want to host the casting call itself. If you're a potential creator and the main reason you want to create something is because you want to host a casting call, then continuing onwards probably isn't the best. I guarantee you that along the way after your casting call is over, you will find out that you don't want to put in the time and effort to create a project. This lack of passion will most likely result in you canceling your project or postponing it indefinitely. I have seen this happen to quite a lot of creators and heard about it happening to many voice actors. But if the reason you want to create a project has nothing to do with the casting call, and you just thought having voice actors would be a plus, or something similar to that scenario, then that is a very good sign that your project will actually have results.
Number 2. How much time do you have and are willing to put in? This is the biggest setback we can find in creators. Often they won't even have enough time to really work on or develop the project. The casting call takes time. Editing takes time. Working with voice actors takes time. Coming with a plot, guess what? It takes time. Animation takes time, countless hours, and dedication. Everything takes time, including this sentence. Do not underestimate the amount of time and dedication you will need to put in order to have a successful project. Now, if you're someone who has way too much time on their hands, not very unlike COVID times, or you know how to manage your time well, and you're willing to put in enough time and effort for your project, then you're on your way.
Number 3, going hand in hand with time management, do you think you can follow through? Now, saying you have good time management and determination is one thing, but actually doing that is another thing entirely. Make sure you can follow through. Often creators will do really well in those first few weeks, but as those weeks turn into months, you'll find yourself forgetting about your project or not having enough motivation to work on it. If you ever think you could be in this position, some great things to do are create a schedule beforehand. Have someone whose sole purpose is to pester you about getting your project done. I'm serious. Being annoying is the great way to get motivation.
I found that out the hard way.
Shush. And in general, just have people who are excited for your project and will motivate you when you need it, such as voice actors and fellow creators.
Finally, number 4. Do you have the skill? We're not asking if your art is quote-unquote good or anything else like that. We are more asking, do you know the tools you're going to use? Like, do you know how to use an editing software? Do you know how to use an art or animation software? Do you think you could pick voice actors professionally? Can you write a script? Well, if the answer to any number of those is no, then you're in luck. We will be discussing all of these things in future episodes. And if your answer is yes, well then good for you. You might still want to watch future episodes because you could learn something new. And if you know what I mean, it's a little bit of shameless self-promotion.
Now that we've gone through if you should be a creator, let's move on to tips and tricks of getting started. Here we will be telling you all the things that will give you relief when you're creating a series, and all the things you should avoid so as not to cause yourself more stress. A lot of these we will be exploring more deeply in other episodes. First off, have original content. We cannot stress enough, it is not okay to trace or copy art when you are trying to create an original project. It is also not okay to plagiarize plots and storylines of other people. If you don't know what plagiarism is, look it up, children. Do note, though, that there is a difference between plagiarism, parodies, and fan fiction. Plagiarism is a no, parodies is a go, and fan fiction is why. Seriously, why? Anyway, plagiarism is the only one that is unacceptable. If you have done this or might do this, you should really think about what you want to do next. The only other thing we will tell you about this is that voice actors know when you are stealing people's work, and they will tell all their other voice actor friends not to audition for your casting call. We have seen it happen.
Number 2, you can use outsourced content. Basically, what that means is that you don't have to do all of the animating yourself. You can draw the line art and bring on some other artists to do the coloring for you, maybe even a kindergartner, shading backgrounds and other things as well. You could also get editors, composers, and other team members if you want. Don't be afraid to ask for help. It will lighten your load and make it a more enjoyable project.
Number 3, build support. Get the word out there about your series and casting call. We will be discussing this more in the next episode, but just take note that the more you spread the word, the larger the support you will get and the more auditions you will receive.
Number 4, do not try to take on more than one project at a time. We have seen voice actors who are working on upwards of 4 voice-acted projects at once. Not only is this confusing to you as the creator, but will most often end in only one or none of your projects succeeding. We highly recommend only focusing on one project at a time, especially if you are a first-time creator.
And finally, the most meaningful tip you will ever receive. Be prepared. Do not put out a casting call before you have, at the very least, a story mapped out in your head, a way to communicate with your voice actors, and all the characters you think you'll need. We highly recommend having a completed or nearly completed script done before you even ask for auditions. We also recommend having a storyboard. And do not be afraid to downsize your story if it feels like it's long or too complex for you. You should also have all your character designs done and finalized, if you're doing something visual, that is. This includes the personality of your characters. Art for your characters is great because it will give your actors an idea of the style and what they're auditioning for. And lastly, communication. Communication! This is key to getting anything done. We will be delving very deeply into this in the future. We highly recommend looking at that video when it comes out because it is one of the biggest things you will need to know as a creator.
If you have made it this far, then, well, you're on your way to becoming an accomplished creator. You have also reached the end of episode number 1. Stay tuned for future installments, and we are planning on posting a video every week, and we may even post upwards of 3 videos.
Really? 3?
Every week.
I don't want to do 3.
You don't want to do 3? Well, fine, 2 videos.
Still a lot. Maybe 1.
But yeah, definitely one.
Half a 1.
No, not half. Definitely 1. Maybe 2. And 3. Clover 3.
We'll see. We also have To Find Unity to work on. Shameless plug, go look at the trailer.
Yes, go look at that. Yeah.
Real quick, we have a few public announcements before you click away. First off, if you're an experienced creator, we are always looking for more guests to join us in the future episodes. Second off, if you have any questions about being a creator and you don't want to wait for videos, then feel free to contact us. We have way too much time to answer questions, and we love doing it. We will leave our email and Discords in the description. Shameless plug.
Thanks, everyone, for taking the time to watch this. We will see you in the next time.
Bye.
Bye. Outro music. Outro music. Outro music.
I'm using that.